So now let's work on the backend side, right? So before working on the backend, I want to point out one thing is that if this item is not taking full width, then you can add width to this class, right? And the width will be 100%, right? So I have already added, that is why my item is taking full width, right? Okay, you can add that. Okay, so now what we will do is we will open up our user routes, and inside this we will create a route, one more route, router dot post. This will be a post route, and let's say user will be making request to search users, users, and in here we can add request comma response. And now first of all we need to make use of regular expression because we will search for a pattern, right? So here I will create a variable, let's say user pattern pattern, and uh, maybe here we will be making use of new regex because we will be making use of regular expression. Now there are two syntax for regular expression, right? So one is this syntax and one is this syntax. So I'll be making use of this syntax because we need to concat strings, right? And in this, maybe this will not work in our case, I'm not sure, so I'll be using this. Okay, so in this, let's say we will search for pattern something like which will start with, let's say, RAM, which will start with RAM, right? We will search for email, right? We will search for email because email is unique, which starts with RAM. So here we can put this cap, right? Okay, to find all the records which starts with RAM. Okay, now let's have a look. So in our database we have this ramesh at the ramesh.in. So this query will return us this record, right? If we have two emails which starts with rn, then this query will return us the two emails, right? Oh, not the emails, the query will return us two records, whole records, right? These whole two records. Okay, so this is how regular expression work, right? Okay, so here what we can do is, in here we can add plus, and we will send a query from the front end. So I can write request dot body dot query, like so. Okay, now I can make use of user model, and here I can find, and we will find with the email, right? And the email uh, will start with, right? So here I can use regular expression $regex, right? And this will be equal to user pattern, like so. So we are searching for email in our database which starts with uh, whatever we are receiving from the front end, right? Okay, so for that here we can use this regex, right, which is available in MongoDB, right? Okay, so here I can chain on then, right, and this will return us a user record, right? And we can send response and JSON and user, like so. Okay, yeah, or maybe we can add a JSON. Let's say user will be equal to user, right? So both key and value are same, so I can just condense it down to just user, like so, right? Awesome. And if there is any error, so we can catch that in catch block error, right? And I can console.log the error, like so. So this will work, right? So we will test this, right? We will test this. So yeah, this logic is pretty simple and pretty straightforward, right? Okay, so I will copy this, control C, because we will be making a request to this, control C. Okay, now let's move on to the front end, right? So let's move on to the nav bar. Okay, so what we will do is, whenever user will type on this, right, on change, we will fire a function and it will make a network request, right? So in here maybe we can create a function somewhere here, const fetch fetch users, right? Right, okay, now what I can do is I can instead of set search I will call fetch users, and in this fetch user, first of all I'll update my state, that is set what was the set search, and we will receive in here query, right? query. So first of all I'll update my state, that is query, right? We are receiving this query, right? So from in here, right, event.target.value. Okay, now we will make a network request, right, to this endpoint search users, and this will be a post request. So here we can add method, and this will be a post request, post request, and here we can add headers, and headers will have content type type, and APPLICATION application slash JSON, right, like so. And in here I can add a body. First we need to stringify, right, JSON.stringify, and in here let's have a look on our backend, right, in this user model. So we are sending the with this query name, right, so we need to write here query, right, query. So this query will be equal to this query, right, so this will be equal to query. Here you can see the name and the value, and the key and the value both are equal, so I can just condense it down to just query, like so. Okay, now I can chain on then, and in here we will get a response. First we need to parse this response to JSON, like so, and then this will again return us a promise, then I can catch that in another then. So here we will get results, and now I can console.log results, like so, RESUL results, like so. Okay, so I think we should test this, right? We should test this definitely. Okay, so this should work. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so I'll click on the search. I have opened up my console here. I will search for RAM. I will type RAM, just RAM, right? So here we are getting a response. Here you can see we got 3 response because we typed three times, right? We typed here 3 times. And here you can see we have this user. Inside this user we have one array, and we have only one record. It has ID, it has all the details of the user, right? And from that I only want the ID and the email, right? I want only the ID and the email, right? So you know what I can do is, in the backend, in here I can add .se select, right, and in this select I can write underscore ID, and I want only ID and email, right? I want only the ID and the email, right? So let's save this. Okay, right, and I will clear my console. Here I will search for RAM again, right, and let's see what response now we get. Okay, so we got response. Now in here we should get only the ID and the email, right? Amazing, beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. Okay, so we are getting a response, right? Amazing. So now we need to update our state, or we need to create a state and then update it, right? Where is our front end? Where is our nav bar? Yeah, this one. Okay, so in here we will create one state, right? Const user data, or maybe DETAIR details, and set user details and use state, and this will be an array, right? This will be an array. Okay, so yeah, so here when we are getting a response, right, we will update our state, right? So here I can call set user details, and in here we have users, and in this user is an array, right? So here I can write results and dot user, right? Okay, yeah, we have user, right? Okay, and user is an array, right? So this will work. Now in here, instead of this link li tag, here I can iterate over, I can iterate in user details, right? User details dot map, right? Here I will receive an item, right? And I can return this li control X and control V, and I can get rid of this all this stuff from in here, and in here I can write item dot email, right? We will search with the email, right? So we can display the email in here like so, and this should work. This will work definitely, right? Okay. Okay, so now let's try this. So let's cross our fingers. Let's search for user. Let's say RAM. Here you can see we are getting the suggestion, right? Amazing, beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so what I will do, I will log out, and maybe I will create some more users. Let's say with the name of RAM. So uh, maybe with the name of Rahul, maybe Rahul, and we will search for the emails which starts with RA, right? Okay, RAHUL @rahul.com and password 12345, and let's sign up. Okay, so now I can log in RAHUL, right, @rahul.com, and password is 12345. Login. Okay, so now I can search for, let's say, the emails which starts with RA. Right here you can see we are getting the emails which starts with RA, Rahul and Ramesh, right? Okay. So now when user will click on this button, I should clear my this state, right? So let's find out that button. This is the button, right? Okay. So here maybe I can write close, 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 and here I can add on click, and I will call set search, and in set search I can pass empty quotes, right, to clear my state like so. So now when user will click on this, right, so we should navigate user to the profile page of that user. So let's have a look on our home and let's see what was the logic for that. Okay, so this is the logic for that. We have added the link tag and link to profile and the ID, right? Okay, yeah, I got that. Okay, so yeah, we can do this. Okay, so I can surround this with the link tag. Do we have link tag? Do we have link tag? So I think we have React router DOM. From in here we have this link tag. Okay, so we can wrap this with link, right, and I can put this li inside this link, and this here I can add 2, and this will be 2/profile, profile, right, and we need to concat, right? Yeah, so we need to add these brackets. So in here I can concat this profile, and here slash, and what is the ID, right? So we have ID in this item dot underscore ID, right? And this should work, right? Okay, let's save this and let's try that, right? Okay, so I will click on this search. I will search for RA, right? I will wait for a few seconds. Let's see the profile of Ramesh. If I click on this here, I should see the profile of Ramesh. Okay, so whenever user clicks on this, right, so we should close the 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 model, right? And for that, here maybe I can add on click. Can I add on click on this? On click, yeah. Okay, so when user will click on this, we will fire a function, right? Now we need to close the model. So I think we need to first let's see, right, on the documentation, right, on the materialize, we can close this, we can call this close model. For that we need to first get the reference, right? Okay, so from this reference we can call, right? Okay, yeah. So yeah, so what we can do is, where is our on click method? Okay, so here I can use this m dot model and get instance, and get instance I can pass search model and dot current, and in this I can call close method like so. Okay, let's save this and let's see if this works, right? Okay, so I will go back and I will click on this and I will again search for RA, right? If I click on this Ramesh, okay, the model automatically closes, right? Okay, it was amazing, it is beautiful, isn't it? And there is one issue. Let's say if we search in here, and let's say if we search on this Ramesh, right, and the Ramesh is the user who is logged in. Oh no, the Rahul is the user who is logged in. If user will click on this Rahul, then user should navigate to this profile, right? This profile. Okay, so we need to add a logic for that, and I think we have already added the logic in the home, right? Let's copy the logic, right? If that is the case, then here you can see we have added the logic, right? So if this item dot posted by, okay, so I can write it again, right? Okay, so it will be a little different logic. Okay, so in this link, if the item dot underscore id, right, we have id, right, is equal to the id which we have in state, right, underscore id, right, we have this in state, right? Let's verify that by going on to the components and provider. Let's see, right? Yeah, in this state we have underscore id, right? Okay, yep. Yeah, if that is the case, then we should return maybe we can put double equal to or triple equal to, or maybe we can put a not equal to, not, right? If this id is not equal, then we can return this, else we will return profile like so, and this will work for sure again. And when user will click on this, right, then we should again clear our state. So for that, here I can write what was use, no, not use state, set set search, yeah, set search, and again this will be null, right? Okay, yeah, let's save this and let's try that again, right? Okay, so let's search for array, and if this is and if we click on this Rahul, we should navigate to this profile. Okay, now here you can see we don't have any id available in the URL, right? Okay, again we can do that. If we try to click on this Ramesh, then we should see the id, right, in the URL. Okay, okay, so this is working, right? So we successfully implemented that, the logic, right, the logic, right? So now one user can see the profile of other user, right? So this is amazing, this is awesome, this is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so I think we are done with this. You can add more features, right, in the future. You can take this project to the next level, right? You can add lots of feature, right? Now hopefully you have understood how, right, how MongoDB, how this MERN stack works, right? How these four technologies, we can combine these four technologies together, and we are building this amazing applications, right? So I will see you guys maybe in the next course, maybe in the next video. So I will catch you guys up there.